With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. They begin with Henry. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll try the right side with Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A handoff, running left, Henry. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On second down, here's Henry. And some room to maneuver. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Eluding the pressure. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's Washington that scoops it out.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. We're scoreless after 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I
know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Derrick Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 19 Charger.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly. And not
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah.
Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway in Buffalo. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up to the 20.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the 6-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game, and I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. And that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. In motion left goes a tight end. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Teen and sets him up 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over.
Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Henry again on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Here's Smith to return it. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
A minute 50 to go here in the first half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Then Steve Smith hauls it in. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range down at the 27-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. That is caught by Carmichael. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. From the 6. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mean Joe Green in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Calvin Johnson, 58 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. And all the defense has it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mean Joe Green able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Running right through him. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. This is Smith with a grab. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time. On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. But that won't help at all as he's down at the 4-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by the 6-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. John Randall able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Forced out to his left. Trying to improvise. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo. lines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Pollard to begin the drive, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll look to throw. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They'll give it to Samuel. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football. They're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Derrick Henry, 27 yards. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by two-time All-Pro Ronnie Harrison. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The pitch to Henry. Trucks over him. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
You gotta choose, yeah, I jump out the booth, then I might have to...
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him. Jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time,
The coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. And a dump off here to Robinson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Stroud on 3rd down now. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a... You talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, They have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And some room to roam now. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level. And now you've got a big place to run the football.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Warner. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Junior Seau, the Hall of Famer, there on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give. This is Bo running left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Here's Warner. He gets it to Thomas. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Sanders. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They're going to give this one to Gronkowski, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, a 5-yard touchdown run. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Returnable for Thomas. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Another run here with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Warner. Thomas brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Warner. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Gronk, so tough to cover, sometimes a flag's going to come out.
His size and his ability create a lot of these pass interference calls. If you're trying to go through him to get to the ball, that's almost impossible, and he benefits on the play.
It'll be Warner on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now a carry for Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They hand this one to Gronk. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to extend their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. Seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. He'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Second down, and back they go to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Then he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he goes out right around the 39. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out.
And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Samuel. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Henry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. Can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game. And this one winds up again, giving them, dare I say it, nothing.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
A play fake. Now Warner.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jason Taylor drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
I had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Warner to throw. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Warner. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Warner. Got
his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Warner. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
John Randall dropping the hammer. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
They'll give it to Samuel.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Inside handoff, Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed out hard there. He was ready for that running play.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where the low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Defensively, it was none other than Mean Joe Green making the tackle.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They
can't get away, and he's taken down.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now back to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. We're scoreless after 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Steve Smith hauls it in.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
2nd and 3. And that is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. They begin with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. They find some open field here. And he'll be out right at the 35.
They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Henry. Room here to run. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry. 58 yards.
And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They're going to look to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one. And With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Las Vegas. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is complete. It's Eric Dickerson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Henry up the middle, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Yard line, 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down, another carry for Jackson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Give him 3 on the gain there, second and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us, or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll drop to throw.
Oh, Johnson, nice grab.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw here.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue. Almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. Helped force the incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Steps away to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Fielded just inside the 20. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
On 3rd down, they go to Dickerson. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They run on first down with Jackson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Inside give to Dickerson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the ground with Dickerson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Dickerson on the handoff. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, here's Bo. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuffed. Storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
Fielded right around the 8. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
Throw left side complete. That's Moss. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
They'll run with a longtime Buccaneer. It's Mike Alstott.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. The first carry now. This is Johnson.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by the veteran Richard Sherman.
Defensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
They'll begin by running here with Samuel.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 52 yards.
And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Mahomes now to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by two-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Calvin Johnson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Samuel.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Inside handoff, Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Henry again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
If he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Allegiant Stadium. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel. If you're the offensive coordinator, you've just changed your play calling because you thought you might have some field to work with. Instead, now, you've got to call plays that won't make mistakes.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some room to work. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. John Randall gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense help the offense.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. A first down carry for Henry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And able to get him down, but he does.
About storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Gus Edwards, 77 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. But that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
They're going to try and throw. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go up top again. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman.
And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. Second and 6. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
Such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Gus Edwards
with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Try to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjust.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
And what a big-time play there. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. In motion right now, Bolden. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it go again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Dances by him.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see.
In motion right now, Bolden. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
He's going to try and go deep again. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And that is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Beckham the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
In motion right now, Bolden. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Bolden goes in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out for